like basically free money. Like we did hardly any work and we made $40. So hi, I'm Camilla.
And I'm Kane, and we are the FI Resellers.
And today we have a what sold video for you. So we're going to tell you all of our sales on all the different platforms that we sell on. And then we are going to give you our totals for the week. Then we're going to share how we spend that money. Well, we actually invest it. We don't spend it, you know. Then we're going to share some community BOLOs, which are items that other people have sent to us to share with you so that we can all learn and grow. So let's get started.
Yeah, the first sale we had was this leader logo hat, and we sold it for $12 on Poshmark.
Pretty average, you know, kind of bread and butter.
Yeah, especially because it's a hat and, you know, it doesn't take up much space. So $12, not so bad. I think I was hoping to get maybe $20 for it originally, but the comp wasn't right. So, you know, we're still learning. Then we sold this sequin tank top for $14. It was by Inc. So what is it? International Concepts?
Yeah.
We sold it on Poshmark.
We have had that for a really long time, since September of 2020. So we were so happy to get rid of that. I think I sent a really low offer and I just was like, thank goodness. Goodbye.
We sold this sweatshirt. It said Cambridge on it. It sold for $21 on Poshmark.
And this was official merch from that university. So that can be really expensive new. And it was in pretty good condition. So that was why we picked it up. And the person gave us a good review afterwards. So happy with that. I'm always happier with sales when people, you know, rate us 5 stars or leave a little message and say that they liked the item. I always feel like it makes me feel good.
We sold this long sleeve by Victoria's Secret for $14 on Poshmark.
That was just an average sale, but we love picking up Victoria's Secret items because they sell pretty consistently for us.
We sold this Dragon speech recognition software thing. It was this whole package. It was basically brand new, you know, open box. We sold it for $64.15 on eBay, and you know that includes shipping too.
Yeah, so that was really awesome. It sold really quickly within the day. We had just picked it up from Austin, from our bins haul. So if you want to check out that haul, you can click up here. And that was awesome because it was just kind of something random that we picked up. Yeah. We are always, you know, looking at everything. We, you know, have no parameters of what we will pick up if it will make us money, but we don't know a lot about things other than clothes and shoes. So whenever we get an item like that, it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's like a special treat.
We always look up the comps with something, you know, interesting like this. And it was priced right. $50. It sold very fast. You know, you might think that it was priced low, but that was what we wanted to get, and we sold it.
It had a really good sell-through rate, was what it was. So there weren't that many listed, and there were a lot sold. So this is a in high demand product.
Yeah, so you should always be checking sell-through rates. We sold these black clogs by Dansko for $15 on Poshmark.
We had these listed at $30, but they had a little bit of wear on the trim, like right where you put your foot in. And so I accepted a lower offer, mostly because I also only spent like $2 on these from Family Thrift Outlet. So I thought, you know, $15, that's pretty good. And it was an offer that was sent to me, so I didn't have a shipping discount on there. So decided to sell them. Yeah. And we have another pair, so I was like, well, we got 2. We have 1 to spare.
We sold this cashmere coat by Regency for $74.35 on eBay.
If you have watched our timeless vintage items you should be picking up, then you know that we love picking up vintage coats, especially, you know, cashmere kind and wool kind. And this was one of them. This was actually what, you know, we were thinking about when we were making that video. We had just made that sale earlier in the week. But this was a really interesting coat because when I sent it, the post office did this really weird thing. And it happened on one of our other sales as well. So when it arrived to the post office in Houston, it goes to like, I think a main post office downtown Houston. And then they scan it there, and they said that it was delivered to an individual in Houston, but this person lived in Oregon. So they had reached out to us. They, you know, on eBay it said, you know, this package has been delivered. The person had reached out to me and had opened a request, you know, item not received. Obviously, it was still in Houston and they had marked it as delivered. But I went back the next day and I checked the tracking again, and it was still tracking to Oregon. Like it showed, you know, arrived in Oregon, arrived in, you know, the town that she lived in. And so I screenshotted that and I sent it to her and I said, I think something is happening with the post office where instead of saying accepted, they click delivered or something. And so she was really happy with that and ended up getting it that next day. But that just goes to show you, you know, sometimes things like that happen and you just have to, you know, kind of pay attention and talk with your postal worker. Oftentimes we'll go into the post office and just talk with them and ask them questions, you know, why is it doing this? Why is it showing this? And they'll be able to help us. You know, we've done lots of lost packages, you know, claims and things. We've called the post office and, you know, made a claim. They found that package and delivered it for us. So it's been really nice to, you know, see those things resolved. But
yeah.
So that was kind of an interesting sale, but we were kind of nervous because we were thinking, oh no, like we're gonna have to refund this buyer and then she's gonna get it, or it's just like lost in the ether, you know, and we're just out that money.
And USPS right now is just really messed up because of the holiday stuff. But also you should be talking with your buyer and just making sure they know what's going on based on what we know and the tracking. You know, Camilla sent that screenshot.
Yeah.
It's really just customer service, you know, just kind of going that next step and really following up.
Right, exactly.
We sold these leggings by Lululemon. It was a collab with Peloton. We sold it for $69.30 on eBay.
So those also sold really quickly. They sold within a day. So these leggings were the train times kind. They were kind of a more rare style. So I had actually priced these leggings at like $100. That was what the other accounts were showing. And so that's what I did. But then we ended up accepting a lower offer because we wanted the quick sale. And we had sent out $80 offers on our other platforms and no bites. So we figured, well, we'll just accept this and not live to regret it. You know what I mean?
There's also something going on with Peloton. And if you don't follow that scene much, the stock is going down. There just aren't that many users. There are a lot of people selling their Pelotons. And so that whole community is not doing great. So with that information, you know, we'd rather take a $60 sale than sit on it and hope for an $80 or $100 sale. So think about that when you're, you know, making deals too.
Yeah, you kind of have to watch the trends of what's coming in and what's going out. So when trends are kind of going out, you want to kind of liquidate what you have in that trend, you know.
We sold this Christmas sweater by Tiara International for $16 on Poshmark.
Yep. So speaking of liquidating items that are going to go out of style in a little bit, we put all of our, you know, Christmas sweaters on special this week to try to get rid of them. And so we sold a couple of them, which was really awesome. So this was one of those.
We sold this cool jazz vintage t-shirt for $22 on Poshmark.
And it was a one size, which was really weird. Like it was almost looked like a nightgown to me. And so we were excited for that sale.
Not everyone's going to get $300 Grail shirts, but we're still on the lookout for them.
Yeah.
We sold this ugly, ugly Santa sweater by Classic Elements for $20 on Poshmark. Take a look at this thing.
Yeah.
It's so ugly.
I can't do this, Patrick.
What is wrong with you people? Afraid to look ugliness in the face? Well, here! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it!
This definitely would win you the ugly Christmas sweater contest for sure.
No, that's not true. I wore it last year and it didn't win, but it's very ugly.
Really? That is crazy. Those people don't know what they're talking about. This is the ugliest Christmas sweater I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've looked at a lot of them, but this one, definitely the worst. We had it for a while. We've had it actually since last December, since 2020. I think I had it priced too high. I think we had it priced at like 40 because we thought this is the ugliest Christmas sweater we've ever seen. Like this is super special, you know, like we just really hyped it up because we just thought it was so cool and funky and just had everything going for it. You know what I mean?
Don't you just want to get a kiss from this, you know, Santa? It's so ugly, so gross.
It's like the real life version of Santa Baby.
Another Christmas sweater by Tiara International sold for $19.29 on eBay.
So this one I think was actually an auction that we put up. We put up all of our Christmas sweaters on auction for $9.99, and then they got the one bid plus the shipping.
Yeah.
Which I think was a padded flat rate, which was
getting $9.30 right now.
Yeah, it's getting more and more expensive, but
it's the Christmas holiday special price. So yeah, liquidating, putting it up on auction, see if we can get rid of them. We haven't gotten rid of all of them, so unfortunate.
Right.
We're gonna hold on to a few more.
Yeah.
We sold these 2 golf club covers at the University of Texas on them. Sold it for $13 on Mercari.
Mercari had a couple sales this week, not too many, but kind of surprising. Like they're just kind of random things. So we were happy to get rid of these.
We sold these joggers. They were velvet by PacSun for $19.30 on eBay.
Yeah, so this was surprising to me because we had, I think, gotten these in a ThreadUp box, right? Yeah. And we don't hardly ever pick up PacSun, and the only other PacSun thing that we sold to Buffalo Exchange. So I'd actually put this into the bag for Buffalo Exchange thinking, well, I'll go next week, you know, bring them in and they'll probably buy these because they're men's and they were, I think, even new with tags, but didn't even make it that far. So
We sold this really nice black dress by Ted Baker for $59.30 on eBay.
yeah, so we had that for a while. We had actually gotten that in Baton Rouge on our way back from a wedding in New Orleans, and we, you know, just snagged a couple things. And so when the person sent me, I think, a $50 offer, I accepted. I was really happy to see that go. We've had that for a while. It was really cute. I thought it was really cute, but black dresses are kind of hard to sell because online they kind of all look the same. Like they're just black dresses, you know.
Next is this polka dot dress by Superdown for $27.01 on eBay.
Yeah, so this was a dress that we had picked up at the bins, but it had like some kind of dirt on the straps and like makeup on like at the neckline. So that's why we sold it for so little. But Superdown is a brand that is sold at Revolve, and this was a really good size. It was a size XL, which I think is pretty hard to find. Like I feel like Revolve makes like 1,000 extra smalls and like 4 extra larges because they just are a horrible company. I think that was part of why it sold quickly, was because it was good size.
We sold this black sheer top by Torrid for $10 on Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace, we tend to sell things lower over there because the fees are lower, so we're definitely open to lower offers on that platform.
But also, it was a quick flip, and we love quick flips.
Yeah.
We sold a set of 2 Victoria's Secret bras for $21 on Poshmark.
Yeah, so we love selling Victoria's Secret bras in like lots of 2 or 3. We find that they sell faster than just the one because it makes it kind of worthwhile to pay the shipping and all of that. This was a great sale, and so if you are outsourcing and you are, you know, finding items, you know, especially bras in the same size, buy them and lot them up, because that can make you some good money.
Next, we've got a little story about this bear with this shovel. It was part of a Christmas set, but we took it apart and we sold it for $8 on Mercari.
Yeah, so we had actually picked up this Christmas railroad kind of toy off of our neighbor's, you know, trash. And so we were just out for a walk in our neighborhood, and, you know, we like to do that on trash day just to see what people put out and see if we can get anything to sell.
Yeah.
And so we picked this up. Someone reached out to us and asked if we would just sell this bear with the shovel, because I assume that they have this set and their bear either broke or they lost it or something. So we think we're gonna kind of separate out all of the pieces and try to sell them individually.
We had that set listed for quite some time, and there was very little interest. So
Yeah.
$8, not bad. We sold these fringe booties by Steve Madden for $22 on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, so that was a great sale. We don't really pick up Steve Madden that much, but I was thinking, you know, these were in really good condition. They had hardly been worn. And, you know, they were kind of stylish, you know, with the fringe and stuff. So I decided to take a chance on them. We've had them since the end of October, so a pretty good, you know, kind of sell through time. So I would pick those up again.
We sold this really cool cottage core purse for $29.35 on eBay. We sold it to our friend Jessy.
Yeah, this was such a fun sale because we got to sell it to one of our friends from YouTube and Instagram. When I saw the sale come in, I thought, oh my gosh, this purse is so her vibe. I just was like, this is perfect. You couldn't have picked a more perfect item to choose. So I just loved it.
Also, Jessy is so sweet because we told her we would, you know, take it off of the platforms and save both of us money. And she said, no, don't worry about it. And she bought it on eBay. And so that tells you just the type of person that she is. She is just so sweet. We're going to link her YouTube and Instagram below. Definitely give her a follow. She's a great part of the community. Next, we sold these shoes by Merrill for $13 on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, so again, we will sell things for lower on Facebook Marketplace, but we were happy to get rid of these. They didn't get very much interest anywhere else other than Facebook Marketplace. So
Otherwise, Merrill is a pretty good brand. These shoes were just kind of weird.
yeah, I think Merrill is really good for hiking shoes, but otherwise, I'm not sure that I would pick up other kinds of Merrills.
Yeah, these are kind of casual.
Yeah.
We sold the stainless steel food mill by Quizipro for $50 on Poshmark.
Yeah, so this was a pretty good sale. We actually had it listed at $70, but since we didn't have to pay any extra shipping, we were happy to sell it for $50. We had gotten this from a friend of ours. She had given us kind of some other kitchenware items, and to sell this for this much was like awesome because we didn't pay anything for it, so it was great.
And it shipped just under 5 pounds. So
Yeah.
that's always a treat, you know, when you
Yeah.
have to ship something so big. We sold this top by Madewell for $15.95 on eBay.
Yeah, it was just this little tank top, so, you know, just kind of easy money.
This next sale, pretty great. We sold this IKEA, this TV stand cabinet thing for $40 on Facebook Marketplace, and it was local.
Yeah, so this was an awesome sale because all $40 got to just go straight into our pockets, which was awesome because we actually picked this up off the side of the road. We were over at some friends of ours and their next door neighbors were throwing this out. They just had it at the curb. So we were parked at the curb, so we just lifted it up, put it in our car, and took it home. We listed it. We didn't do any work on it. You know, it was really nice. It was in nice condition. And so we just took some pictures of it. We listed it on Facebook Marketplace. We had lots of messages from lots of different people, which
Lots of ghosts, you know.
yeah, which is always how it goes when you're selling locally on Facebook. But finally we had a taker. We met them, loaded it into their car. They handed us $40 cash. It was awesome. So definitely if you are not looking at what is on the curb in your neighborhoods while you're driving around, you should be, because this is like basically free money. Like
Yeah.
we did hardly any work and we made $40. So we've done this a lot where we have just taken furniture off the side of the road.
And, you know, just a word of warning. You definitely want to know what the laws are surrounding that type of thing where you're picking up stuff on the side of the road or technically on someone's property. You know, just be careful with that. But otherwise, a great way to source. If you're not doing it, you're missing out on a lot of good money. We sold these sandals by Orthaheel, also known as Vionic, for $17 on Macari.
Yeah, so this was a pretty good sale. It was, just an offer that someone sent to me. I accepted. We are happy to see those go, especially because flip-flops are not quite in season right now, so we are happy to make that sale.
Another torrid sale on Facebook Marketplace. We sold this one for $18.
If you are not listing on Facebook Marketplace and you have torrid items, you should maybe think about listing them over there because they are selling really quickly over there, which is awesome.
We sold this kids camo jumpsuit, probably for hunting, by Redhead for $30 on Poshmark.
This was just something random that we picked up. We had looked up the comps and saw that they were good. And we've never picked up this brand before, but we might be kind of on the lookout for it because, kids are always growing and, they need this kind of stuff if they, go hunting with their family and stuff like that. So
Next were these jeans by Hudson for $24.30 on eBay.
yeah, so that was kind of an average sale. I think, Hudson is just like an okay jean brand to be picking up. It's not like anything spectacular, but it's kind of bread and butter. So we like to, pick them up.
Also had a flaw, and we noted that flaw. I think this is kind of below average price for those jeans in particular. We had one last sale come in really late in the night. We sold these Justin boots for $31 on Poshmark.
These had come from our family thrift outlet, and I thought they were really cool. This person had actually sent me a $31 offer, but it expired, and I didn't notice it until too late. So I bundled it and sent her a message and said, I'll offer you the $31. I just missed your offer, but I'd be happy to sell them for that. So she responded and said, yes, of course. And so I sent her that offer and she bought it. So
Nice.
Pretty good. Good resolution to that. So here are our numbers for the past week. We sold a total of 31 items for a gross revenue of $809.30. We had a cost of goods. So for those 31 items, we spent $79.63, and our net profit after fees, shipping, and cost of goods was $496.15. So close to our $500 goal, but just no cigar. So, oh well.
Kind of hurts.
Yeah, it's tough because it's like, oh man,
So close.
just $4. Like if we had just made one more sale,
That's okay.
we would have made it. But oh well, close is close enough, right?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like rounding up because we're in Texas. Round up, get it?
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense to round up something like this because it's an arbitrary goal, and at the same time we have made our yearly goal.
Yeah.
And so everything beyond that is really just extra cherry on top. So we're pretty happy with this week, and I think that this is kind of indicative of the end of this Christmas-ish shopping season because it's so close to Christmas already. And I think we're gonna see this for the next 2 weeks anyway because we're gonna go on vacation and all this other stuff, but we'll still bring you what sold videos. Now let's talk about the investing experiment that we've been kind of doing a case study on. Really, we put half of our profits into the total stock market index, and we're showing you the progress here, and it's down, but we're up to 5,700, so we're making great progress there. We're not so worried about the losses. Those are just paper losses as we've talked about in the past. We're just going to continue to do what we're doing, think about the long term. And this week, we want to talk about the self-cleansing nature of the total stock market index fund. And what happens there is only the best of the best are going to be in this index fund. And even though it takes, 3,000 some odd companies, not everyone's going to make it into this index fund. And if a company is not doing well, then it really just cleanses itself of bad stocks. And so it's really only keeping the best of the best. In a way, that index fund is jumping in and out of the stock market for you, and you don't have to worry about what's doing poorly. And so overall, what we're looking at is this machine that is passively managed, that is taking what is the best of the best and factoring in all of the good and the bad and really trying to filter out the bad as best as it can. And so we're not worried about, how bad any particular thing is doing, because overall, these 3,000 some odd companies in the long run are going to do well. And if they aren't going to do well, then it'll be cut out of the index fund. So hopefully that makes sense to you. It's kind of just a very cursory type of conversation here. And this is not investing advice by any means. It's just how we understand this kind of index fund that we've invested very heavily into. And it's not just this $5,700 here. We invest a lot of our own personal money into this as well. So hopefully that inspires you to look into this, and hopefully these concepts make sense to an extent. And I'm just so excited to see what comes next year, because we're just going to continue to build this and we're going to keep you updated.
Yeah. So now it's time for community BOLOs. So our first community BOLO comes from Chelsea over at Monarch Alley. We just recently did a collaboration with her. So you definitely want to check out that video on vintage items to be on the lookout for. And this is another vintage item to be on the lookout for, even though we didn't mention it in our video or her video. So this is like bonus content for you.
Yeah.
She sent us this ceramic light up Christmas wreath with this little tiny sleeping mouse, and it is so cute. Oh my gosh. And she sold it for $44 plus shipping.
Nice.
And so some people already know that, ceramic trees are definitely a BOLO, but even just other Christmas items in ceramic that are vintage can also be worth money, and was able to basically 10 times your money, which is awesome. This is an awesome BOLO. Thank you for sending that in. Definitely vintage Christmas items you want to look up, because some things just have a lot of nostalgia factor for people. Maybe their parents had it or their grandparents had it, and they just feel like that's part of their Christmas experience, and they want something similar, or even just people who want something unique. I mean, I know that for me and my Christmas decorations, I don't want my Christmas decorations to look like every other person or to look like the inside of a TJ Maxx store. You know what I mean? Like, I like to be like my own, So definitely be on the lookout for those ceramic Christmas items, and definitely check out those timeless vintage videos. And this itself is a timeless vintage item, because Christmas is timeless, as you know. And we also sell Christmas items year round. So you can even pick this up, December 26th, and probably sell it in July or whatever in the spring. People are always looking for things, and especially off season, people are looking for a deal. Definitely be on the lookout for this item, and thank you, Chelsea, for sending that in. You can check out her YouTube and her Instagram down in the description below. She picks up a lot of different kinds of items. So if you are looking to diversify what you're picking up, she is a great person to follow and to, learn from.
Our next community BOLO comes from our friend Jessy over at Is Fire for Me. FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. It's kind of the thing that we're doing, if you didn't already know.
Yeah.
And so he sent us this really cool Imaginext Ultra Ice T-Rex. He originally paid $40 for this entire thing, and he wanted to try to flip it on Poshmark, but it was 14 pounds. And this was a learning lesson for him. He had to cancel the order because after he weighed it, packaged it up, it was over the limit. And as a side note, I think that Poshmark will probably end up increasing that limit sooner or later, because they're going into different categories and they're expanding all that stuff. But anyway, he ended up piecing it out, and the smaller part by itself sold for $25. And he said that he sold plenty of other pieces. And I think one of the things to really take from this lesson is that if you can't sell it as a big lot, you can definitely piece it out. And he says that he sold over $200 worth of pieces and has a few more pieces as well. And so be on the lookout for Imaginext stuff in general. This T-Rex thing was very cool. And I guess, if kids are playing T-Rex and smashing T-Rex of toys, they're going to lose either pieces or break pieces. That's a very natural thing. So piecing it out makes sense. And he has made a lot of great sales just from this one big T-Rex thing. So be on the lookout. Thank you so much for sending that to us, Jessy. Go check out Jessy over at Is Fire For Me. He's at this point in his YouTubing content where he's starting a lot more reselling stuff, but he's done a lot of financial independence, retire early content in the past. So you definitely want to check him out, and that'll help you answer the question. See if financial independence is for you. It is for us. We like the community. We like learning about and nerding out about finances and stuff. So hopefully you go check him out and let him know we sent you.
So make sure that you comment below how your week of sales has gone. Are you looking forward to next week? Have you put your items on vacation mode yet? Or are you just gonna, try to sell this whole week? What is your strategy for the Christmas time? We would love to hear what you have to say in the comments down below. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. That tells YouTube that this is a good video and that it should go out to more people, which is awesome. That really helps our channel out. And if you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing. We would love to have you as part of our community here on YouTube. So
Yes, as speaking of our community, we just wanted to take a few minutes to thank you so much. We're really appreciative of everyone who has subscribed and watched our videos. We're really looking forward to growing this community and this YouTube channel next year. And we are wishing you a very happy holidays, a Merry Christmas. We don't know if you'll be watching this video before Christmas or what, but if you are watching this before Christmas, we are wishing you just the best. And check out our video on Christmas Eve, our hauls for days. And, we'll see you there too. But if not, happy holidays, happy new year, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
We sold these two golf club covers.
So cute.
Yeah.
I would pay $50 just for the little Mickey Mouse. So cute.
No, you wouldn't.